Hey y'all, daggum good to see you as always. I got what I hope's gonna be a pretty cool little competition coming up. So as I've mentioned in a few of the past videos, we're in need for another excavator for the mulch yard. So Volvo showed up just last week, the Kobelco just showed up yesterday, and the Kobelco reps actually came out today, brought a huge barbecue grill, fed us lunch, cooked a mean hamburger and hot dog. I'm so full right now, and it's so hot outside. It's a bad combination. I'm a little bit tired, but we're riding back here now. The Kobelco guy is actually going to go over this new Kobelco SK210 that's going to be in the competition. So when I say competition, it's really just which excavator we feel is right for us. So there's going to be Hyundai, Kobelco, Volvo, and possibly John Deere, if John Deere will bring one. We're going to put them head to head, see which one fits our needs best, and whichever one wins gets to stay here. We're going to purchase it. But right now we're going to head back, and our buddy Mike is going to go over the Kobelco SK210 with us.
The biggest thing is first off, when you look at the all right, see that FOPS that they have on top?
Yep.
All right, that's a level 1 FOPS, okay?
And FOPS is?
Falling object protection.
Okay.
All right.
And so, ROPS is obviously rollover protection. Gotcha.
All right, so in other words, that cab, the spec for that, basically, to put it down into my dummy terms, is the basically you have to be able to hold the machine up 10 feet, drop it, and the crush on the cab for the ROPS, the operator is still survivable.
Okay.
All right, so that's how you figure it. But that is a certified ROPS, and then the top guard on top is a level 2 FOPS. Now that's a level 1. So you see the serial number tag on it?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's rated for half of what that one is rated for, and ours
even with the size difference, because that one looks a little bit beefier.
Yeah, it's longer. It's
okay.
longer, but that doesn't really, because it's the content of the metal. The cabs look the same,
right?
You know, but they're still. So if you go up to a non-ROPS cab, because the rest of the world can run a non-ROPS,
right?
The U.S. it's actually not a requirement,
but it comes standard.
Yeah. So it's standard. So but that is a level 2 FOPS. So I've actually seen them with buckets dropped on.
Really?
Oh yeah. Unfortunately,
oh.
Yeah, couplers are lovely.
Okay.
Ending up with stuff dropped on the cab.
I bet so.
Yeah. So but you know, and then of course our demo machines and stuff run that setup also.
Gotcha.
So, and that's you know,
that's super important for the demo.
Yes.
Guys, I mean, they're working straight up most of the time. Falling. Always stuff falling. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean all right, you'll notice the little red trigger up there.
Yep.
All right. So our FOPS is, you can tilt it up so that you can clean that top window.
Gotcha.
Up under it, because that top window, which out here is not an issue for you, but if you're working around power lines, if you're working on
got to
trees,
be able to see up.
If you're working on tearing a building down,
yep.
You know, it's key that you're able to see that, and then it gets dirty, so you got to be able to clean it. So ours tilts. That's
pretty handy.
Yeah, we actually call that that's the company wrench tilt.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that that asked us to do that when we first started coming with the FOPS.
Very cool.
They were just bolted up there. So
we had an 850 on a demo job down in Milledgeville at the power plant when they tore down the power plant down there years ago, and dirt and dust, concrete dust. And they couldn't get a squeegee between they could almost get it, they could reach their hand in, but they couldn't get a squeegee in, and they wanted the ability to be able to put a squeegee under there, so they came up with this.
That's pretty nifty right there. You need to patent that idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's all got everything's got its own serial number tag on it, because it's all certified.
Gotcha.
So and that's key in case we ever were to be involved in an accident and the lawyers all come in. That's what they're going to look for.
Gotcha.
So.
I like it.
So, actually, on a walk around now, we're supposed to start a walk around out here on the front of the machine.
Well, let's start it out here then. Let's do things right.
All right, because we're all male.
Yeah.
And we know that once we get to the buttons and the cab and all that stuff, we're gone.
We're gone.
We might as well just chase that squirrel. Okay?
That is right.
All right. So so you can look on the front. We're still running the cast. We still run a lot of cast just because of the fact that the longevity you get out of cast.
Right.
So you're looking at a machine, something that's cheaper to build it out of steel.
Yeah.
Okay. Cast costs more, but it's more reliable.
It lasts longer.
That's right. So so when you can see all that, now you can see that from the factory, we put on the weldments for the grade control. So whether you're running the Trimble, Topcon, Leica, whoever, that's the reason there's so many different warts welded on here, is so that you can put whatever grade control you've got on it.
Very cool.
All right. So, but from the factory, the unit is coming with K-load on it. So you've got a built-in scale if you needed to use the built-in scale.
Oh, really?
Then the service department can come in there and can set up the scale so that you can then weigh your material.
That's super handy.
And that's now standard. That's a running change. So the new the Dash 11s, that's a running change that Japan has added onto the machines. So from the 170 up is that we have what we call K-load.
K-load.
And so we've last month I was out at the ranch, the Kobelco Ranch, and we were trained on how to set up K-load, and we actually got to play with it. It's actually pretty accurate.
Wow.
So, but it's not a legal scale.
Gotcha. Okay, not a legal scale. I understand. But that is a really handy thing that comes, standard. Yeah.
So it's
because with sand and everything we do is by weight.
That's
so
right.
that's a nice add-on.
So
now I need to go back and say, now this is a SK210 -11.
Yes. Which
is this the latest and greatest?
That's the latest and greatest. So,
all right.
So that means the Dash 11. People always want to know the SK stands for shovel Kobelco.
Okay. I didn't ever know that until just right now.
And the cranes are CK.
Okay. Crane
Kobelco. We're a very simple company, right?
I like simple.
So there we go. We like simple. Keep it simple. So all right, and then the Dash 11. So there's been 11 models under the Kobelco nameplate.
All right.
Okay, and so there's been since we first came into the U.S. market, then you've seen there's been 11 different iterations of this machine, updates and stuff. So just since I've been with the company, when I first hired in, we were in the Dash 8.
And which one do I have, Bill? My SK? Do you know?
Dash 9, I believe.
Dash 9. Okay.
2 generations.
Because I've had that one for a good many years now.
17 or 18.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Yeah, it's been quite some time.
Yeah. So I mean that's and so really we've actually seen the Dash 10, Dash 11 because of the emissions change. Because of the engine change.
And this one's obviously Tier 4 final, I'm sure.
Final.
Everything is now.
Yeah, it's got to be. So we're Tier 4 final.
Okay.
But this is the new Dash 11, which is the latest iteration of the beast. So it's got the new designed cab. So for the Dash 11, we went to the Yanmar engine.
Right.
All right. And which is a great engine. Came out of formerly it was used in marine applications, so it's used to running long hours.
Yep.
In extremely abusive environments.
Right.
So we've been really pleased with the performance we've been getting out of the engine. It's got a great torque. It's got an awesome torque.
Well, the engine in ours has been really good too. I mean, what's in ours, Bill? Do you remember? I hate to put you on the spot. Hino.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's been a good excavator. I mean, I was kind of talking about it earlier. It's like it's kind of one of the unsung heroes. We don't talk about it a lot, but that's because it don't break down. It's just
of course, 2 AC compressors. We ain't done nothing else today.
No, we really haven't.
Yeah, and
now Aaron will let the tracks fall off of it every once in a while, but other than the tracks falling off,
this little greaser you can use.
I think that's shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The cylinders are busted.
Oh,
The seals
Oh,
are busted.
we have those. It's fine.
We actually ran the tracks out and tacked a piece of metal on to hold the tracks tight.
Yeah, they came up with their own stabilizer.
I'm gonna say I don't think we've done any work on that undercarriage.
When the chain breaks, then we'll replace the undercarriage.
Yeah.
The seals and all that at one time, but
It worked.
we don't run it
All right.
no more.
I didn't mean to get us off subject
Right,
too
no
much,
problem.
but our Kobelco has been really good.
Yeah, and that traditionally, I mean, the reason we swapped from Hino, which is a Toyota product, was because of an EPA issue.
Okay.
So and we'll leave it at that.
Gotcha.
And so now we've swapped over and we're running Yanmar on this, up through the 260. So the 170, 210, and 260. The 230, 270, all those models are running the Yanmar power plant.
Okay.
Okay.
Very cool.
And so so when you get back to the front of the machine, we were talking about the cast. You can see the new oversized dog bones.
Yep.
With the Dash 11, got a different H-link, got a different dog bones. All that's reinforced. The bucket pin was changed, which because this has got a coupler on it, it's not actually doing that. But so that pin is actually now thicker. Because in the old days, one of the things we were known about because of our breakout force and because of our torque, we would either that pin or the dog bone would break. But we believe it was the pin that was breaking. But engineering came in, upgraded the whole setup.
Gotcha.
So now it's all
beefier.
All beefier. Okay.
That's good.
So, and again, the machine's covered by a 4-year warranty.
Okay.
So 4-year, 4,000-hour warranty from the box. You can add to that, but that's from the factory.
All right. So Aaron, if you're gonna break it, Break it within 4 years.
First 4 years.
Or 4,000.
Or 4,000. Whichever one comes first.
That verbiage is on the contract.
There you go. So, but you'll notice on the Kobelco comes standard. All of our machines are plumbed with one-way, two-way hydraulic standard from the factory for the U.S. market. Okay.
All right.
And they all come with this extra cutoff. Okay.
All right.
And so if you don't have a thumb on here, if you were taking this off and just running a naked stick,
right,
and you lost your caps, you still cut that off, so you're not dribbling oil.
Okay.
So operator accidentally hits the control.
Yep.
You squirt oil.
Right.
But you don't, because now you got to cut off.
Cut it off. That's smart.
Okay.
Simple but smart.
Yeah. But just another added feature that a lot of our competitors don't put on there that we build into the machine. Just for safety, for environmental consciousness and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't want no oil on the ground around here.
No oil.
And Bill, do y'all mainly use work brow?
We use a variety of attachment manufacturers. We've been with work brow, not 100%, but more or less. If somebody's got a preference for something, we work with all of them. But
we've had good, good experience. They build good. They build good stuff.
The thumbs are stout, as you can tell. Probably the same one you're running on yours.
It could be.
Yeah, and
I think it is.
During the supply issues, everybody got behind trying to get steel. It was such a nightmare. And so but Work Brow's been great to work with, and it's just a good legacy company. So you tie, legacy Work Brow with with an old company like Kobelco. It's just a lot of reliability built in it just for the namesake.
A lot of trust.
Yep, a lot of trust.
Good deal.
So with this auxiliary setup, you can run your auger, you can run your hammer,
right.
You can run a lot of things.
And that's what we were looking for, because from everybody's watched our videos, and too, we do a lot of different things. I mean, it may have the log screw on it, or we may need a thumb on it, or we may need to put a hammer. I mean, we need a versatile piece of equipment.
The only thing this one is lacking is rotation. If you ever wanted to go to a rotating basket grapple or some other demolition processor.
Right. Now, what would we have to do? Would we have to add a third spool?
Yeah, third spool.
Third spool on it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a kit. It's just a kit that the service department would come out here.
So not a huge deal, because we have thought about that. Especially with the grinders being able to turn the logs directionally inside the chamber. So we have thought about that, so that's good to know. It wouldn't be a big deal.
We could add it to one existing in the field if you decided later you wanted to add it. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's great. The latest thing is you're seeing the wig-wag buckets for doing all the grading and doing all the things. I mean,
it looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool. We don't need it, but it does. It does look cool.
It looks cool. Now those of us older operators got a little time on us now. It's like, ooh, that's a lot of. That's
a lot of extra.
That's a lot of extra.
Yeah.
But,
I'm the same way, man. I'm old school. I used to jump in these machines. You crank it up and you just go. Now, you got all these settings you got to go through, and you got all these computers and buttons and.
Well, all right. So there again, we're simple. When we get around to the cab, so you'll set it in the mode. It's always going to come up in H mode in the US. But if you don't want it to come up in H mode, if you want it to come up in eco mode, if you're doing something fine grading, if you're hammering. If you're doing something that really doesn't require a lot of power, just put her in eco mode and let her sip gas, or let her sip the fuel.
Okay.
I mean, it's really sweet, but we can set it so the machine will come up that way. Right now, for the U.S. market, everything comes up in H mode.
And what does H mode stand for?
H mode is just high. It gives you all the full RPM. So you turn the gauge up, machine's designed to run in whatever mode, wide open.
Gotcha.
That's what the pump torque curve is set for.
Okay.
So, a lot of people get in and you'll hear some of your operators will cheat the throttle dial.
Right.
So some manufacturers have gotten away from even doing throttle valves. So
really?
You just
whatever mode you're in, it's going to run at RPMs.
Run it.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
But we still have the throttle dial in it. So, but it comes up in H mode, and once she runs through her warm up, which today we don't need a warm up.
Nope. We certainly don't. Especially now that sun just came back out. We've had a lot of rain this morning, but it's cooking out here now.
So but I mean so once she runs through her auto warm up, she's ready to go to work and do all that. And you don't have to push anything else. You just set her and let her go.
Let her go.
So, but you can see the nice in dash 10. So the difference between your 9 and a dash 10 was there was a boom change. There was configuration at the base.
Okay.
Because we went to more of a world market build platform.
Yes, sir.
And so to simulate, but now so the dash 10 and dash 11 have the same boom foot, but your dash 9, we can make it work, but it does have a different boom foot on it.
I follow you. And didn't you say earlier that this is one of the heavier booms in the market?
So for the North American market, so a lot of people you'll see the machines that come in the true blue, which is the rest of the world color. So different markets bring in different specs. So when you're looking at the North American spec, you're looking at a heavy boom, the heaviest boom that we can bring into the market. So
Okay.
You're looking at extra lights. It's got 7 LED lights scattered around the machine. The North American market has swing flashers in it. We have, so you'll notice.
So anytime you're swinging, those things are blinking.
Every time you swing, you've got that. You can set the alarm, so you've got a visual and an audio.
Nice.
The safety. So the safety department loves that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it really, people know where this machine is on the job site.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's great.
And that is huge on safety. I mean, because that's where a lot of folks get hurt. I mean, because you're an operator, you're sitting there, you can't see what's behind you. And I'm sure this probably has cameras too, but just having that extra audible and visual alert system, you know, can help keep people safe.
I mean, you can see the one camera on this side, so we have 270 degrees of camera.
Okay.
That's that covers everything except for right in front of you.
Right.
And so for the North American market, so you've got 270 degrees of camera. You've got 7 lights on the machine. Not including the ones that are in with the swing flashers. Okay. The North American market, the spec includes an extra track guide. So you'll notice when we're looking at, when you're doing your video on some of the other competitors, they have 2. All right, some of the cheaper ones will only have 1.
And you got 3.
We've got 3.
Nice.
Because you're going to be running on the side of these hills. You're going to be running in a lot of uneven terrain. D-tracking is no fun. None of us like having to get out and put a daggum track on.
Nope, and we do
let's
it.
Put 3 track guides on there.
That's cool. I didn't know that. That's the first I'm hearing of that. That's really cool.
Then another thing is safety. So the Kobelco puts this this is a bolt-on step. You can't see, there's your bolt, okay? That goes on the outside of your weld-on. So everybody has this one, okay?
Yep.
But we put on, you can see the bolt.
Yeah.
We put on an extra one so that I'm standing here, I can look straight down on this track. I can see that so that I'm short.
Me too.
You know, and so it makes it easier for me to sit on, and I'm not busting my
shins, which I have done.
Okay, so but so we put those 4 of those on the machine.
Okay.
So that no matter which way it's facing, which side you're trying to get up on, it just helps those of us that are not very tall.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah, we're vertically challenged. It helps us get on there, right? So, of course, the old school mirrors.
Yep.
But with the cameras, it's just but it's there.
It's added.
So it's just added. Yep. So the Kobelco still has a toolbox.
All right.
Okay, because we still believe that people grease machines.
Yeah.
And we still have.
They're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on a.
Suddenly Aaron's busy.
Yeah, he's on the phone call real quick.
Aaron had to call somebody.
That was amazing how that phone just rang.
But you can put the grease gun in there. You can put some tubes of grease and stuff in there. But this is also where your def tank is going to be.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. And so it's completely separated. Def tank is up in there.
Gotcha.
But look, we also put a video of where or a sticker to show you where to grease.
Where you're supposed
just
to
in
grease.
case you have some clues.
Oh, yeah, he's still on the phone.
But we still put a toolbox in there because we still want people to grease the machine.
Right, absolutely.
Okay? So I mean, you've seen. I've been with manufacturers because I'm a former operator and equipment owner myself. That have those that are permanently lubed and stuff.
Yeah.
And we all know that
doesn't last.
Doesn't last.
Nope. It sounds great.
It sounds good. It's a good selling
And
point.
it may work for a little while, but.
So you can see another thing that's standard on the North American machine is that we have angle guards on that.
Okay.
Okay. So even with the cameras, accidents happen and people swing
That's
into
nice.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so we've got the angle guard built on there to beef that up. And that's standard. That's from the factory.
That's very cool.
You know, we're doing that to protect the machine.
Yep.
And because we don't. I didn't want my sheet metal wrinkled when I showed up on a job site. I didn't want my machines wrinkled up, and that's just a way to protect it. Okay?
That's pretty smart. Again, simple but smart, especially around here in these trees and stumps and logs. I mean, it's gonna happen. So that's an added protection feature right there. I like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just it's good to go. So there's your hydraulic tank on this unit.
Okay.
When you move in there now, we're running stacked pumps. We still run the old school. We never have gone away. A lot of your manufacturers have gone away and they tried the different where they had a gearbox and they had your pumps
independence. Yeah.
You know, and then if you had a failure because it was using engine oil in that gearbox.
Right.
Oh,
You're
wow.
screwed.
Now you trash gearbox, you trash your engine too. So
okay.
we still run the good old-fashioned stacked pump. So you've got you've got your 2 P1, P2, and then your pilot pump sitting out here, pilot filter. So you've got your filters here for the ground level maintenance. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
And then look at the different distance between that. So look at a lot of your competition and see the distance between this. How many times do you pull a log, a root, a stump, or something up there, and the if you knock that off, if you break that, that goes straight into the bottom of your hydraulic tank.
Yeah.
You lose all your hydraulic fluid. So now
that's a good point.
we got the expense.
Yeah.
We got the downtime, and we've got an environmental issue.
We've got a mess.
Yep. So
that's a good point. A lot of times I don't think about things like that. You know, just simple clearance.
Yep. So, you know, they put that in there. There's a brace extra bar to do that. Belly pans are stand up, but you go up underneath the center of the machine.
Yeah.
And North American spec Kobelcos have the swivel guard also on there. So if we were to hoist this machine up and look up in the center of it, there's a guard.
A guard there.
To protect that. Okay.
Good. We need all the guards we can get around here.
You know, I mean, realistically, I used to clean up. I used to do clean up woodlots and stuff like that, and the stumps get up in there. And you run a limb up in there and knock a line off your swivel. You don't know it until the hydraulic light goes off.
That's right.
Okay, or you lose a function.
Yep.
By that time, you could have cavitated your pump. You could have put a guard on it.
Oh yeah.
It's simple, right?
I like it.
So of course, Tier 4 final. So you know, you look up. You've got primary, secondary fuel, engine oil. All this is right here. It's all ground level service.
Okay.
So except for your air filter. So okay.
All right.
And I forgot to put the latch on there when doing that. So if you publish this, then people will notice that. And
that's minor. I think we'll be fine.
People will comment on the fact that I did not latch my door.
That's a comment generator.
There you go. So,
we need comments.
all right. So if you'll see up on top of the counterweight, the light is mounted to that one.
Yes,
but
sir.
that is also where the towers go. For your different grade control systems.
Gotcha.
Okay, already up there, pre-drilled, ready to go. No ugly in the machine up with a grinder and a welder and doing all that. It's there.
Okay.
You just have to pick what brand grade control you want on there.
Slap it on.
Slap it on.
Okay. Nice.
You can see your two lights. You can see your rear camera and the swing flashers. So, and then of course in the old days, this was our when you turn the lights on, this is a light. This was the backup lights in the day before we got the LEDs.
LEDs.
Okay?
LEDs have changed things up and for the better.
Yeah,
I love LEDs.
So if you see the marketing department's video of the machine running at night down in Baytown, I mean it's the LEDs make it really nice. They make it sharp running at night.
They're bright little things, man.
Yes, they are. So. All right, so we're going to remember to do the latch.
Remember the latch. Very good. I'm proud of you.
There you go. Not that I've ever been gigged on this before. Yes, I have. Okay. All right, so we don't run a stack cooler. The only thing that is our fuel cooler and our air conditioner condenser.
Yep.
But there's lots of room in between that and the screen.
I like that, especially around here.
Yes.
It gets so damn dusty. With those grinders running, I mean, you've got sawdust flying, and we have plugged up a mini of radiators, especially, and if they're stacked, it's hard to clean them out.
It's hard to clean them out.
Yeah.
And so it's not stacked. So everything's set where you can get to it. You can service it. You can, it's just the nice big flues in it. Yeah. But everything's easy to get to.
Now, does this have an auto reversing fan on it? Okay.
No, it does not. Now, our 520 is the first one to have that as standard from the factory. Okay. But we haven't gone to that on the.
Well, I don't. I was just asking because I was just thinking about it, but I don't know if any excavator this size has auto. Just our grinders do, but you're talking massive motors and you're talking super dirty environments. So
I mean, there is a brand out there that does have those, but you have the complexity of the auto reversing
another system.
Yeah, it's another system to deal with, more wires to deal with, more stuff, so more to break down.
Gotcha.
So the dash 11s, we brought back the your master switch. All right, so if you've been running this machine and just got off the machine and you cut it off, as soon as you open that door, it's going to squawk at you. Okay. It's going to be a buzzer. So you don't want to cut that key off until after the buzzer. Now that buzzer is telling you that the DEF system is purging the system.
Pumping all the DEF out of the line.
Bringing all that DEF back to the tank. That way it can maintain the temperature on that DEF.
Yep. Okay. And so you don't get crystallization in your lines. Because we've had that and that sucks.
And so that's the key. You want to sit down there and wait. It'll throw a code. It does not a kill code. Okay. But it will be flashing and it'll send us, it'll let service, your guys will have access to Comex. Company wrenches service department will see that
somebody's turned it off when they weren't supposed to.
So, but you know, that is just there. So as soon as you open that, it releases that switch and it'll squawk at you.
Right.
If it's not squawking, go ahead and cut it off.
Yep. And how often or when do you recommend people actually do, you know, the kill switch? Weekends, holidays, whenever. Okay.
It's really more designed for people that are working maybe in an environment where they have people that shouldn't be attached to the tractors that are coming and
playing with them.
Yeah, so it just adds a little insulation. You know, if the operator leaves the key in the machine, but that's off, nobody can vandalize. No, not they can't vandalize it, but it makes it a little bit harder for them to
figure out. And a lot of people don't even know about a battery kill switch. Okay.
So, so I mean that's
the time lag is what, 15 to 20 seconds. It's not much. I mean,
no, it's actually for the whole, because now you're purging the whole DEF system.
Yeah.
So it can take 5 minutes or more.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
It depends.
I thought it was fairly quick.
Yeah, no, it's because the system is running in the spool down, and it's also purging those lines to make sure that we don't have that crystallization. So it's a fairly complex setup.
Little operation.
You know, because that's one of the things with these Tier 4 engines running, Tier 4 final engines running DEF, is that crystallization is an issue.
So would you then say that when the operator turns the key off in the cab, that's when he should be greasing the machine for the next day?
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, your phone didn't ring.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, I mean that's a great time to go and do that.
Do
dig
out
your tracks, the whatever, do maintenance or whatever, and wait for that to go off if you're going to cut that off.
Gotcha. All right.
So
very good.
But all right, and so now we come in and we see the fuel tank, your air filter.
Yep.
Now for those of us that are vertically challenged, it's a little above my head.
A little bit.
But I can still touch it.
Yep.
Okay. So I can use a stool.
I can still reach it.
There you go.
I'm not going to do it on camera just in case I can't reach those top two. But
well,
I feel like I could.
Yeah, I think you're good. You're a little taller than me, and I can touch it. Okay. All right. But also standard on North American machines is Kobelco comes standard with the pattern changer.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you get an operator, especially in today's environment, it's hard to find people to operate, and sometimes they were trained on another brand that runs a different style.
Yep.
And so no problem. Just bring them in.
Hit that switch. Can you do that while it's running, or do you need to turn? You can. Okay.
Yeah, just as long as they're not. I mean, you have to raise the operator presence up so there's not hydraulic fluid running through it. But yeah, now the machine will be running, and you just swap it.
Just swap it. Okay. So, nice.
So it's good to go. So now we can. Got any other questions while we're in there?
Nope. I think you covered it all, man.
All right.
This is super informative.
Of course, there's your batteries.
Yep.
Sitting out there, everything's. You know, even though it's a Tier 4 final, and as we've gone through these different tiers, equipment gets engine compartments get more crowded.
They get cramped. You got a lot of stuff to pack in there nowadays.
But still, maintenance is a key.
Yeah.
The key stuff. I mean, batteries. If you get 2 years out of a set of batteries, you're doing well.
Yeah.
In today's environment, with all the stuff that's drawing on them, so put the batteries where you can get to them
easily. That's one thing I have noticed as you were going around. Even though as many items as we have to put on machines now for Tier 4 final, it's still nice and open. You can access it. When maintenance is easy, it's more likely it's going to get done.
Oh yeah,
you know
it is. I mean, it's true. Wherever Fletch has gone off to, you can see so he's the service. I'm the sales side of it, but Fletch is the service member off my team, and that's key. Is the machines, if they're easy to service, if they're easy to work on, it cuts down on the downtime.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
People will service them more. And if it does, when you do finally get around to having a breakdown, it's easy to get to the stuff to fix.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's key.
It is.
And you've got a knowledgeable team. You know, just like we drove down here. Jeff was in Jacksonville working on a machine yesterday. I called Jeff, said, "Hey, we got this demo opportunity up there."
Right.
He said, "Yeah, we'll come up there."
Well, I can't appreciate y'all guys enough for coming down and bringing it to us and cooking today, man. That was good.
The Company Ridge team did the cooking, you know.
Well, they did good. We appreciate it.
All right, so we get into again. You've got you've got a certified ROP.
Yep.
Okay. You've got lots of vents. So if you'll look at, you've got the one that can blow on the window. You've got this one is designed to hit the operator. You've got adjustments for everything on that seat. Okay. So let me
climb on up there and I'll follow you up.
All right. So if we're going, so first off, it's an air ride cooled seat. All right.
Okay.
Or so excuse me, air ride heated seat.
Okay.
All right. So air ride heated seat.
Yep.
And so we've got that operates our air. Okay. All right. Then we can slide. Notice my pods are sliding with me.
Oh, good.
Okay. But
and you can slide independent too. So
I got little short arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
T-Rex arms. And so when you put the operator presence down there, that's too far. That's not comfortable.
Right.
Okay.
And my biggest thing is operator comfort. And Aaron was talking about it in a video the other day too. And I've said it a gajillion times, but if the operator ain't comfortable, they're not going to be near as productive. I've had to run some machines in the past where my back was killing me, and I hated life.
Yep.
Hey, I just want to get out of the machine. And you know, if you can keep them comfortable, you can keep them working and keep everybody in a good mood and keep them productive.
Well, you've got that. You've got so you can control the pitch here. You can raise it up and down.
Oh, nice.
You know, so it's all about getting the operator. So some operators like to run on the top.
Yeah.
Of the sticks like that.
And I do.
And some run down on the side.
Yep.
So typically that is a sign of those of us that that have been running for a few years.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a little time on us because we're used to doing that.
Fingertips.
Because in the old days we were out here.
That's right.
You know.
Yep.
So but yeah. So most of us will run that. But you see the kids. The kids are running here where all your buttons and everything are it's ergonomically designed. The cab is designed so that everything is easy to get to. Set and forget AC. You just it's like your car. You just set it on whatever degree
and let it do its thing.
If it's hot, it cools it down. If it's cold, it heats it up.
Yeah.
Bluetooth radio.
I like everything being right there too.
It's over here, so it's not in the rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Why put the electronics? I mean, we got blanks over here, so that if you wanted to add stuff, you can. But keep it away so if your operator walks off and leaves the door open,
Yep, it don't get wet.
Where it doesn't get wet. Okay. But even I can link my phone to the radio, so I can do hands-free.
Nice.
So, and I am technologically challenged.
Same, brother.
Okay.
Same.
So, technologically challenged. So you've got that. Your buttons are well labeled. Everything's easy to get to. That's your regen. If it comes up, if this machine wants to do a manual regen,
yeah.
All right. Say we've been sitting idling. Idling kills Tier 4 final engine, and so the DPF filter is clogged. It says that we need a regen. It tells us what to do.
Okay.
And we just tells us when to hit that button and sit down there and wait. 5-6 minutes maybe, depending on how long it takes.
Let it run its cycle. Now, can you run during that time period, or do you have to sit and let it do its regen?
When it tells you when you've been bad enough that you have to do a manual regen, you have to let it sit.
Gotcha.
But any other time, it'll come up and there'll be a little banner on the screen that says it's going to regen. Just keep running. The harder you run it, the more
better.
it likes it.
Okay.
So, because it's all about generating
heat to burn off all that stuff and clean itself out.
That's right. So you got radio, you've got that, your light control, your cab lights, you know, so everything is set up so that it's easy to get to. Of course, this is for your coupler control.
Okay.
Okay. And then the jog dial. Now, the original design was to have this big screen to be a touch screen. But guess what we found out?
What's that?
Operators' hands are dirty.
Oh yeah.
Dirty hands and touch screens don't
get
well,
along.
Okay. And so they scrapped the touch screen, and now we have a jog dial.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so
you just toggle around with that.
Toggle around, do that. It's got pictures. Look, I'm male.
Yeah.
Show me pictures. All right. Don't make me have to read a bunch of stuff, right? Show me pictures. Boom. There we go. We're good to go.
Okay.
Okay. It's very easy to walk through. Trust me, I have not crashed it.
Not yet.
Look, I got a lot of time on these, and I have not crashed it yet.
Awesome.
Okay. So Jeff has not had to come fix anything that I have torn
that
up.
You screwed up.
Yeah, in the computer on this machine. Okay.
Right. You know, and that's a good point. Like most of my crew's younger.
Yeah.
They get this stuff.
They
can go through a lot quicker than I can, but I don't like touchscreen. For one, like you said, you got dirty hands.
Yep.
Two, I just like to feel the click and move it around, and you know, a lot of times I hit the wrong button for the touchscreen too.
So they even take the step further. Is this is left over from the old Dash 9. You probably got these same switches in your old Dash 9. You don't even have to use the jog dial.
You can just hit the button.
I can hit the button.
I like that. I like that even better.
I like that even better. So I mean, it's a very simple. I mean, you've got these vents. You've got AC.
You got a nice big cab too.
Yeah. Oh, you do. You have a huge cab. Huge cab. I mean, it just sort of eats me.
Yeah.
My arms and everything are sitting in between the armrests.
I like it.
So you know,
and the visibility is really, really good too.
It is. I mean, even though for this application we've got the guard on the front of the cab.
Yeah.
You know, which for just a traditional dirt operation you wouldn't. You've got great visibility down into the trench. I can see my track. I'm sitting here in the seat. I can see my track, the outside edge of my track. You know, I've got good visibility, and I'm going to have. Let's turn that on.
You probably want to fire this thing up. with the sun beating down on you.
Well,
test that air conditioning.
There you can see the so you've got the screen set up, so I can see the front of my track. I can see everything where I'm at.
Yeah.
There's good. My gauges are all right there. You know, it's all,
and it's clear.
It's clear.
It's big enough, but it's not in your way.
Yes.
And going back to these bars, so those are super handy, especially with these high-speed grinders and that hydraulic hammer.
Yep.
I mean, that's a must.
It is. I mean, from a safety standpoint.
We just had a log go through the windshield of a machine just 2 weeks ago.
Being a guy that used to do land clearing and stuff, it was operator error. I was carrying a stump up high, and it rolled out of the bucket into that, pinned me in the cab, you know.
Really?
Because I didn't have a guard on the front.
Yeah.
So,
it's worth its weight in gold for sure.
It'll catch you doing stupid stuff.
Yep.
So, but the guard will protect you when you're doing that. So.
Nice. So. This is awesome, man. I really like the layout of this cab.
Okay, great. So, I mean, everything is laid out. With the operator, everything is about ergonomics and keeping the operator healthy. So if you set the seat correctly so that your legs are at 90 degrees, so there's all of us have to deal with our OSHA videos and stuff to show us how we're supposed to be sitting at a desk. It's no different when you're sitting. This is just a different office.
And you're sitting in this thing, you know, sometimes 10 hours a day.
So, you know, and so being able to, so I would need to air that seat up.
Yep. Yeah, but not only for just so your legs don't go to sleep, but for your spine and for fatigue. And
we all know, you know, my dad, for instance, you know, your older operators have to have neck surgery. And stuff, and because now we've got the headrest designed to come in there to support the back of the neck. Everything is designed, the armrest, to take the tension off of our shoulders and our necks. Because in the old days we sat there and we just dangled as we ran them out in front of us. And then as the machines moved, they really didn't put the thought into making the armrest support the forearm, so that all you had to do was just do that. And then you had carpal tunnel issues. So if you set the machine up, you're protecting all those medical issues.
You're absolutely
and stuff.
right.
So
you really, and I mean, you done showed me I don't know how many different adjustments. So the operator just needs to take the time to set the seat up right for them.
Yeah, so I mean, if you can't get comfortable in here, then it's
your own fault.
It's your own fault. So I had to go down to Miami and cut the. We were at Con Expo last year, and a customer had bought a package of machines, and his lead operator said they weren't comfortable. I was like, really? So went down there to visit the job site and everything, and went over and he had the seat. Nowhere in it, just completely on the ground.
Out of whack.
I was like, wow. And so I set the machine up, spent maybe 30 minutes with him going over what the machine would do and stuff, and how to set it up.
He probably wanted to hug you after
they've taken 3 more machines already this year.
How about that?
You know, that's spending some time. So a lot of things when you go to the controller, you were asking about. You said that there's a lot of buttons to push and stuff, and so when you come over here, it's going to always come up in the H mode. All right, but then when you go here, you've got setting details. And so this sitting there, and you've got it set in the thumb, because guess what? You've got a thumb on there, all right? But if we had a grapple, if we had a wig-wag bucket on it, we can set these different options up so that your operator has to just find the picture.
That's easy.
Okay? Because especially if you're running hammers, so you put it on and the operator hits it in the shear. Too much pressure to the hammer blows the hammer seals. Or vice versa, right? And so now so you're not trying to find a name, you're just trying to find a picture. Picture. It doesn't matter what language you speak. A picture is a picture,
right?
Okay, and so that's one of the things. Is of course this machine is set there, and so it's set into that mode. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
So
easy. I like easy.
We try to keep it easy.
I like easy.
So, and especially in this day and time we're dealing in, it's hard to find people to operate.
It sure
is.
There's
a lot of language barriers going on out there, and so the pictures
help.
The
pictures worth 1,000 words.
Yes, it may be overly simplistic to some folks, but
not to me.
Not to me.
Not to me. So. I like it.
So
awesome.
Big cup holder. That was a big thing. Is actually in the old days, we had a George Lumpkins was our one of our engineering guys that would fly back and forth to Japan. And he would take a Big Gulp 44-ounce cup. He would take stacks of them to Japan and say, hey, we want this. And so we know that we can handle a 44-ounce Big Gulp.
And it's just a Gatorade bottle.
Just a Gatorade bottle.
I drink a lot of Gatorade. I'll go in the machines and it don't fit in the stupid holder. And then he winds up spilling it all over the floor. So little things like like that, I mean, do go a long way.
Yeah, you know, but you think about the different cultures, the different places. The Japanese market typically run we're now starting to get the little smaller cans.
Yeah.
But that's typical there.
Right.
It's new to us.
Right. It ain't typical here. We like big gulps.
Oh, we like big gulps, you know. And so, you know, it's little things like that. So, yeah.
Nice.
So there's a lot of thought goes into it. It's a very ergonomic machine, very comfortable machine. 4-year, 4,000-hour warranty, stood behind by the dealer. You got a great, or by the manufacturer, you got a great dealer.
Yeah, Company Rich has helped us out a lot.
So
they're good. They're good folks, and that's the biggest thing, too. You know, when you're buying a new machine, you know, most manufacturers make a decent machine.
They do,
but they're all going to break. I don't care who they are, what color it is, what name brand's on the side. Who's going to take care of you when it breaks down?
That's right.
That is really key.
That is key. That is key.
Awesome, man. I really like it.
All right. Well, you got any other questions?
I think you've covered this thing pretty daggum good, man. I certainly appreciate it. You did a great job explaining everything and making it simple, and I think it's awesome.
Awesome.
We'll just have to see how she does in the competition with the other excavators, but I think she's got some pretty good...
That's typically where we shine.
Yeah.
We do good. I like operating. So we've got the new Kobelco Ranch out in Weller, Texas.
Yeah.
And so we bring in the competition, and we've run head to head.
Head to head.
I've been head to head with that machine right there.
Have you?
I won. So.
Did you? All right. Well, we'll see how she does here. Hey, thank you so much for your time, man.
Well,
really appreciate you.
Great meeting you. Thank you for inviting us out.
Well, y'all, I think the competition is going to be pretty stiff. Kobelco's got a lot of bells and whistles on it. The one that we've already got on the yard has given us 0 issues, really. So, I don't know. Y'all drop me a comment below. Let me know which one you think. If you got any experience with any of the models that we're going to be testing here. Stay tuned. Give the video a thumbs up. And we'll see which excavator wins the challenge and gets to live here at Gringo Recycling. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next video.